Hello and welcome to Mikey's Film Corner. I'm your host, Mikey, and today we're going to be talking about an action movie that came out about 4 months ago. Completely forgot to review it until now, and I didn't even remember the movie until like maybe a week ago. So, yeah, we're going to talk about it. Today we're going to be talking about the Netflix film The Rip, starring Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Spoilers ahead for the movie we're going to talk about today. The movie centers around a department in the Miami Police Department, in the narcotics department specifically. Someone within the organization had possibly murdered a detective named Jackie. And in order to figure out who did the murder, they're also given a tip, an anonymous tip from Crime Stoppers of, hey, like there's a secret stash of money. And it's possibly connected, right? A whole lot to unpack. Basically, the entire, like, 3/4 of the whole movie is essentially one of the people on screen. It could be Matt Damon, who's the lieutenant, Ben Affleck, who's the sergeant, Teyana Taylor, who's a detective, the other lady, I forgot her name, and then you got Steven Yeun. Shout out Steven Yeun, he's a great actor. All 5 of them are possibly one of the culprits of Detective Jackie's murder. And I guess, like, Lieutenant acts really strange, but essentially he kind of just throws them into, like a trap of sorts. If you don't know what a rip is essentially, like a drug bust. It's essentially, like, something to do along the lines of a bust. I'm not going to go too in-depth on it. All I will say is you kind of have an idea who had done it, like maybe sort of halfway through. You kind of have an idea what's going on. It's kind of crazy. I will say, in terms of actual pacing, it's a little bit of a slow burn, but it's not like a terrible movie by any means. Also in terms of, like, action and, camera work and editing, they're fine. We do get a little bit of raw camera work with some of the camera movement, and some chase scenes here and there. I think they look pretty solid. I got no complaints in those departments. My only major complaint, I will say, while the plot twist was definitely intriguing, not crazy about Kyle Chandler's dialogue. The guy who plays Matty Nix, who you find out is also sort of connected to Detective Jackie's murder. Kind of messed up a little bit. Not a fan of some of the sound editing around the end of the movie, or the sound mixing, rather. Not a fan of it. They kind of just mixed the score a little too loud and the dialogue a little too quiet. There's another movie I just saw not too long ago that has the same kind of problem, but I'll go in depth on it when we do the reviews of movies I've seen around the end of June or the beginning of July. I'll mention the movie in question, but for now, you're just going to have to speculate. Other than that, I didn't really have any major complaints. It's just an enjoyable popcorn movie. Very serious, though, I will say. There's some decent comedic banter between Matt and Ben. Obviously, if you know their friendship, it's been going on for God knows how long. So they've been doing this stuff for a very long time. Yeah, I'm going to give it like an 8 out of 10. Nothing like crazy. I mean, it's a good movie. It's not like a spectacular movie. It did kind of drag a little bit. It was a little too long for my taste, but all in all, still an enjoyable movie. The car chase at the end of the movie was a little bit of a tiny little letdown. Again, I wasn't a fan of Kyle Chandler's performance. It's crazy. This is the first movie I've seen him in since like Super 8. Crazy. But I know he's been in other stuff too. Crazy. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to smash the like button and smash that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.